Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Alliance's February webinar, Self-Advocacy Through Artwork. I'm Christine Beck. I am a member of the Alliance, one of the staff members, and we are so glad you could join us today, February 23rd, 2016. As a reminder, this webinar is being recorded. Everybody is on mute to allow us the opportunity to really hear our presenters. If you have any questions, comments, or contributions, you're welcome to type them in using the text box and control panel. Today, we are so excited for you to join the artists and allies from CTF's 9 Muses in Charleston, Illinois, as they share about self-advocacy through artwork. 9 Muses is an art studio where individuals with developmental disabilities learn the principles and elements of art on a daily basis. Individuals build their knowledge of art, follow lesson plans, and learn new techniques. Each individual in the program has the opportunity to create, sell, and earn income from the artwork they produce. They showcase their art at the 9 Muses Art Gallery, as well as various events in the community. A little about the Alliance. We are now 24 member groups strong. We just had our 24th group sign on today. So we welcome Envision for Freedom from Chicago, Illinois. They're part of Envision Unlimited, located right in the heart of the city on Michigan Avenue. But you can see we have our member groups located all around Illinois, as far up as Zion, and we know they're part of our participants today. We're in McHenry, Rock Island, LaSalle, Peru, Pontiac. Give a shout out to Livingston County Advocates in Action. I know you're joining us today. We're in Beardstown and Jacksonville and Bloomington. Changed Independence altogether is with us. We're in Decatur, where we have CAPS and MRI as member groups who are joining us. We're also in Alton and the Edwardsville area, Monticello and Charleston. We're in Champaign and in many locations in the Chicago area, including Alsop, Brookfield, Chicago Heights, Homewood, Joliet, and Lisle. So really, no matter where you go, you're going to find an Alliance member group. And even if you're not an Alliance member group, you are a self-advocate, and we really appreciate you speaking up and speaking out about the things that are important to you. So without further ado, we are going to have the artists and allies of 9 Muses take it away.
Hi, my name is Joshua Benton. I'm the art director here at 9 Muses, CTF, Illinois. We're located in Charleston, Illinois, right here on the square. We've been open for about 3 years now, and we have 9 individuals here who are the artists. We are open Monday through Friday, most days. We are not open on weekends, unfortunately. And you know, our biggest goal here is to show the community and the art world that, you know, we are artists with disabilities, not just people doing artwork. That, you know, anyone can do real artwork, and anyone can be an artist. Most of the learning and the support systems that we have here, we teach the fundamentals of art, techniques and styles of the masters. So a lot of the guys here, we study, you know, Da Vinci, Picasso, Andy Warhol, and trying to give them a solid foundation of artwork and art knowledge so that they can develop their own personal styles and, you know, branch out into the art world as well. We do have visiting artists. You know, anyone is welcome to become a visiting artist. We've had a few. We've had some illustrators and some individuals show us, you know, different techniques with fabric and such as that. We've had, but again, anyone's welcome to come down and be a visiting artist. We really encourage it to get, you know, kind of broaden everyone's, you know, horizons on that. We do field trips to art galleries. We have here the art gallery that's Eastern Illinois Universities. We also go to the Vault in Tuscola, which is a great place. And we also are planning a trip to Chicago to visit the Art Institute. And all my guys here, they make their money through artwork. We don't take any commission off of it, so whatever the artwork is sold for, that's what they make. It's their money. It's their work. And they're responsible for selling their own work. The staff here, we try as much as possible to kind of sit in the background and let them, advocate their own work. Talk to people, customers and such about their own work. It's not the same if it's coming from us. And their job too is they have to maintain their gallery space and their studio space. They all have jobs and stuff they do here, cleaning, because this is their space, and this is what they do. So they're responsible for it. 3 of my artists here will be talking today. One of them is actually not here, Marcy, the first one, but we have Marcy, Heidi, and Jim. So I'll be talking about Marcy here. Marcy's our newest member to Nine Muses. She's been here since September of last year. Her favorite medium is acrylics, and she is very meticulous and loves taking her time on her work. And I think in the future, once her skills develop even more, you'll see a lot of beautiful pieces coming from her, just with how methodical she is and how much effort she puts into her pieces. She does love going to the festivals and stuff to sell her work, and she gives a lot of her work, any type of charitable event that comes up that asks us for donations. She's always runner-up to give her work for a good charity. And she's always trying to learn more about art techniques, artists in the community, as well as the masters as well. So she's really good about exploring different aspects of the art world. So this is Marcia. She's working on, actually that's a donation piece that she made for a charity event here in Charleston, Bowls for Hope. It took her about 3 days, and it came out a really beautiful piece, and she was really happy to give it to a very good charity. This is one of her favorite pieces. The medium is colored sand on black paper. Incorporates her favorite color is purple. On a lot of her work, you'll see purple. And she wants to, when people look at her work, she wants them to have a good feeling about it. She wants to show emotion through her work, positive emotions. So, and that's her goal, is to, with her work, is to show emotions that others it can affect. This is Heidi Martin, the other artist.
I'm Heidi. An artist at Nine Muses for 3 years. Favorite medium is beads. Favorite subject is roses. Like to paint best summer rose painting. Takes an hour to complete and is my favorite piece.
And there you see a picture of Heidi sharing her summer rose piece, which she said is her favorite piece.
Here's my picture.
And Heidi, what are you doing in this picture?
I'm doing the bowl too for the charity.
Okay.
Now my next medium is painted and pencil. I took my time on this one.
And what is this piece called?
My love.
All right. I see the heart in there. And how about this one, Heidi?
Medium acrylic, self-portrait, how I look.
All right. So had you studied some other masters who do self-portraits?
Yeah.
Okay. And you thought you'd give it a try?
Yeah.
All right. I like that you are willing to try new things. Here's another one.
Is medium, what is acrylic? I like this piece because it's beautiful. It's a panda bear.
It's a panda. Now, have you ever gone and seen pandas in real life?
Hello.
I saw him in a zoo.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Heidi. Now we're ready to meet Jim.
Jim, artist
Archie.
at
I know.
9 Muses
I know.
for
I know.
3 years.
Three.
Favorite
Tiger.
medium
Mini.
is
Medium.
water paint.
No. Yeah.
Likes
Yeah.
to go
I know.
to Champagne
Champagne.
and sell
Champagne.
artwork.
Art.
Currently working on bracelets.
Working.
Well, Jim, you are quite unique. You've been an artist at 9 Muses for 3 years. You like water paint as well as going to Champagne and selling artwork, and you're working on bracelets. And last time I was there and got to talk with you, you gave me one of those bracelets, and I carry it around with me, and I've had several people comment on them.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So let's see about some of your work.
Medium.
I got little paint.
So medium
Me.
is
Me.
oil.
Hello.
So speak into that.
Yes. Hello.
Oil painting.
Hello.
Scene
Me.
is
Me.
a place
Hello.
in
Sam.
Ohio.
Right.
What's
And
the name?
yeah, Jim, what's the name of this piece?
Flowing River. Flowing River.
Happy River.
Oh, and Flowing River is a place in Ohio. Now, have you been to that place, or is it a place that you came up with?
So Jim, have you been there, or is that made up in your mind?
I made my mind up.
Made
No,
up.
I get it. Good job.
Yeah, he's right. So made up in his mind.
Well, it looks like a beautiful place. All right, here's some more of your work.
So medium
Ready? Hello.
is
Me.
sand
Paint.
on
Art.
black
Rat.
paper.
And what is this piece called?
There it is. Stamp. Paint.
Parrot.
Parrot.
Parrot. Parrot.
A parrot.
A parrot, and it's colored sand on black paper. Jim, about how long did it take you to do this piece?
How long did it take you?
A long time.
A long time. I see the detail in your work, so I can imagine it took quite some time.
Thank you.
All right, so let's meet some allies. Seth, are you there?
Yeah,
All right.
how's it going? Seth, I've been 9 Muses 10 months. I went to art school for an animation degree. Really into music and sketching and drawing. The people here seem to like me. And yeah, I really think you can show your true feelings and emotions through art.
All right. And Josh, let's meet you a little bit more.
Okay. I've been at 9 Muses almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in April. I went to art school, Master's in Fine Arts. I love self-advocating. I love teaching, so I kind of combined my two favorites of art and teaching. And I guess, I'm the head honcho around here, so we all sit there on the side. My job is to make sure they all have their supplies that they want, and we doing the festivals, making sure we all have that in line. So, and I think the biggest thing I believe in for my guys is that they don't need society's pity. They want the respect that they deserve as artists. They don't want people looking down on them. They want people to see their work for what it is and that they are true artists.
All right. So tell me a little bit about the Muse Fest. You mentioned doing different festivals, and there's something that you started last year. So tell us about it.
Last year we started our first Muse Fest. This year will be our second one. It's going to be on June 4th, right here in front of Nine Muses in CTF, Illinois. We do have live bands all day. We will have food, and local artists and crafts are more than welcome to come and fill out an application. It's $30 for a non-electric booth, $40 for an electric booth, and it's a great time. We got a lot of business last year. The bands were all great, and I mean it was just a really good time that everyone had.
All right. And here's a little bit of information about last year's Muse Fest that folks can check out. And then I think we even have some pictures with some quotes from folks who participated. So you can see it looks like people hanging out in front of the gallery. They're checking out the bands. We have a picture down on the lower left-hand side of Jim. He's standing in front of the booth. We also have some other folks, and the quotes are, "It was a wonderful small-town event, and the live music was great." So I imagine each year you're going to want to improve and get bigger and better, and I've no doubt that will happen. So tell us about volunteers.
We have a few volunteers now. EIU students that come. Local artists, we've had a few come in and give small lessons and stuff, like I said, illustrators and fabric people. But really, anyone who has any type of art desire is welcome to come in and fill out an application to be a volunteer. Me and Seth, we're artists in our own right, but we have our own styles, we have our own ways of doing things, and as an artist, you need to be exposed to different types of mediums, different types of techniques and styles that maybe me and Seth don't know. Like neither one of us are very good at oil painting, and Jim has already mastered well beyond what we can teach him. So we're trying to find him and someone to teach him more about oil painting that me and Seth can do, and just kind of expose the guys to more art, and hopefully they can find something that they're interested in, or, maybe something they want to experiment with more.
Okay.
Me and Seth kind of lack the knowledge or the skills to do that.
All right. Tell me about donations. I imagine that you accept donations as well.
Oh yes. We love donations. I mean, we'll take, picture frames is, we go through a lot of picture frames in here. Canvases, are one of our big expenses. Like I said, we have a few guys here who like to do oil paints. And so we always make sure, they have canvases to work on. But really, we'll take any art supplies, even down to crayons. We use those for certain projects. I mean, even magazines we use for collages and stuff like that. So, I mean, we would love for people not to throw those in the trash, and if they can, donate them to us, because the guys will get a lot of use out of them.
All right, fantastic. So, and I know you mentioned that sometimes people are cleaning out their house or maybe helping their mom or dad or family member clean out a house, and they come across whether it's different art supplies, picture frames, canvases, and that's certainly an opportunity for them to gather them up and donate them to you.
Yeah, I mean, we are all about reusing instead of it just being thrown in the landfill.
All right. So this is a time for all of you who are out there participating. Do you have questions for any of the artists? And we do have some other artists who are with us at the Nine Muses who can also answer. Do you have any comments or considerations? Go ahead and use the text box in the control panel to type in your questions, comments, or considerations. And while you're doing that, I do have a question. If any of the self-advocacy groups has a smaller group that would like to come and visit the Nine Muses Art Gallery, are they welcome to do that?
Oh, sure. They can contact us through CTF website or call the main office. And they,
All right.
Nine Muses does have a Facebook page that they can friend us, and they can talk to me directly through that.
All right. So all of you Facebook users out there, check out Nine Muses Facebook page. So we have our first question, and this comes from folks up in the Zion, Illinois area. And if those of you out there are not familiar with where Zion is, if you just got on Sheridan Road, right outside the agency, and went about 5 minutes north, you'd be in Wisconsin. So they're up there pretty far. But the question is, are the artists at the studio every day? So I know you're not open on the weekends, but Monday through Friday, do the artists come every day?
Yeah.
Does anybody else want to
Yeah.
answer that question?
Yeah, we had the same.
I like to answer the question.
Oh, hold on, Cindy.
Greg, are you here every day? Say it. You gotta say it.
Duh.
Yeah, we have the same 9 artists here every Monday through Friday.
Okay. All right. Is there an opportunity, though, if someone said, I'd like to come just a couple of days a week, and then I'd like to work in the community or do something else the other days? Is part-time being an artist there an opportunity?
It's something that we have discussed about doing.
Okay.
But we haven't implemented that because of when it comes down to making an artist catalog, and a lot of our projects require 3 or 4 days to a week to complete. So
kind of build on each other.
Yeah, we and it's learning different skills. But we do have we have one part-timer.
Okay.
Jeff, he works at a restaurant 3 days a week, and he's in here 2 days a week.
All right. Great.
So on that, I guess you consider him a part-timer.
All right. But I know that being an artist is full-time in people's blood, right?
Yes.
You're never a part-time artist. You're always an artist. So here's another question from Self-Advocates of Lake County, again up in Zion, Illinois. We are working on micro enterprises here at North Point. Have you developed a business plan? So do you have a business plan for Nine Muses?
Not really. We're artists. We don't really worry about money. Yeah, we have somewhat type of a business plan, but it's very loose.
Okay. All right. And this.
And
we go out to money. We have a schedule.
No, what about anything?
Well, here's a question and maybe a consideration for you. This comes from Livingston County Advocates in Action. They're located in Pontiac, Illinois. And it is, do you ever go and visit other places where you can show your artwork or teach classes on how some of your projects are done? So do you ever go and visit other places where you can show your artwork? I know you mentioned the Muse Fest, but are there other places where you can show your artwork?
answer that, Heather?
We do our art at EIU, but we don't, not this year because it's been canceled.
Okay, so is that Heidi who's speaking?
Yeah.
All right. Heidi said that they have shown their artwork at EIU, which is Eastern Illinois University there in Charleston, but it sounds like they weren't able to do it this year. But then there's that other question, or maybe it's an opportunity. Have you ever thought about teaching classes on how some of your projects are done?
I mean, that is a good idea. We do 12 to 15 events a year. During the summertime, we go to like different venues to display our work, and we go to we will do an exposition in Tuscola at the Vault later this year. We're going to have an entire exhibit, and when
We also been talking, I mean, we had some talk with the Vaults.
yes,
Doing a
one-day lesson plan.
well, in like a gallery area where we could put some stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was.
So mostly it's finding the community places that will, that we can do this at. I mean, down here, not a huge art community, so finding places, like the Vault and other places that, have the ability to draw in a crowd is the big hard part.
All right. Here we have another question from Livingston County Advocates in Action in Pontiac, Illinois. What is the most money anyone has received from someone's artwork? And again, if the artist does not want to answer that, we understand. But if anybody would like to share, what's the most money you've ever gotten for a piece of your artwork?
For a single
Is it just for a single piece, or what have they made in the year?
Oh, gosh. Well, I'm not sure. How about a single piece?
That probably, yeah.
Yeah. How much what was your most expensive piece you sold? It was $60, right? Say it loud, $60. Say it loud. So, big voice.
Big one too.
So Jim has sold his most expensive one was $60.
Wow, fantastic.
Yeah.
Way to go, Jim.
Art, no, but he would. I sold $200.
But in a single event, Cindy does hold the record for I think $180 for making and that's selling multiple pieces, but she made $180 in one event.
Oh, fantastic. And Jim, in response to the question and you answering that you've sold a piece for $60 and then Cindy for selling over $100 in a single event, Livingston County Advocates in Action says, that's awesome. That is way awesome. Here's another question. This comes from Self-Advocates of Lake County in Zion. Love the name of the gallery. How did the artist come up with the name? So how did it come to be named Nine Muses?
I'm going to let Amanda ask that. That was before my time.
This is Amanda Hahn, the Associate Director for Nine Muses in CTF, Illinois. It actually came from the daughter of my boss, Mike Brown. She reads a lot, and when we were developing the space, Tessa was here and kind of working on it, and she described what the muses were in, I'm sorry, I don't know if it's Greek mythology or Roman mythology, but we just thought it was perfect. And so when we originally set up the program, there was going to be 9 individuals, but it's grown because lots of people want to come and do artwork. So it actually, all of the credit goes to Tessa, who came up with the name.
Fantastic. It really is a real unique name. Very unique. So does anybody else, do you have questions, comments, or considerations that you would like to share? Again, questions, comments, or considerations. Amanda, I'm going to ask you a question because you have been part of Nine Muses for a long time. What's the one thing that stands out most for you? about this program?
There's tons of things. I think it's actually been watching everybody develop such amazing skills. I'm not an artist by trade or by enjoyment, so I have learned so much just watching the artists, but I think, watching Jim just become this amazing oil painter, and Cindy becoming an amazing, she works with collages, and so does Charlene, and just really watching everybody kind of develop and become artists in their own right. I think it's opened a whole new world to them. Watching them sell stuff. These guys are natural marketing executives, natural public relations. We have one person in here that could sell a melting chocolate bar to a woman in white gloves if he needed to. It's just been amazing to watch everybody work and just come into their own mediums and become their own entrepreneurs in their own right.
Fantastic. So we do have another question, and this comes from Self-Advocates of Lake County in Zion, Illinois. Besides donations, do the artists at Nine Muses have to purchase their supplies, or are those supplies provided by CTF?
They're
Go
provided for CTF.
Okay.
We get them from different places.
So Heidi, you mentioned that you get those supplies from different places. What places do you get them from?
Well, the beads and stuff, we get those from Walmart.
Okay.
This is Amanda Hahn again. We actually use dickblick.com, D-I-C-K, B-L-I-C-K, and it's a quality art. I mean, they have everything that you want.
Yeah.
Clay.
Yeah, we get the discount because we are considered an education, so we get the teachers discount through them.
Okay.
So which is, but yeah, a majority of the stuff we get, like art supplies, we get through Dick Blick. We do, have to go to Walmart or Joann Fabrics and Amazon to get other supplies as well. But majority of it comes from Dick Blick. We get an order every month.
Okay, and it sounds like if people wanted to start or maybe start small, like Heidi said, going to Walmart or maybe going to Joann Fabrics or even Michael's Crafts, those might be things that are in folks' area that they can get to.
Great question.
All right. Any other questions, comments, or considerations? I'm going to share the next page or the next slide, which is Nine Muses contact information. So we have Josh Benton. We have his email address as well as Amanda Hahn's. We have the website for CTF Illinois, and then that includes the Nine Muses page, and then the Facebook page. So we'll leave it open for just another couple of minutes if folks have questions, comments, or contributions. Do any of the other artists want to say anything?
Everybody seems to be a little microphone shy.
Yeah, everyone's getting a little microphone shy here.
Oh, goodness, you guys are doing such a great job at teaching everybody about what you do there. So let me ask the artist this question. What's the best part of being part of Nine Muses? What do you like the most about being part of Nine Muses?
You can draw.
You can draw.
And I say you can paint.
All right, so I heard you can draw. I heard you can paint.
This Jeff's going to say something here.
Okay.
I want stuff every day.
Learning. Every day you're learning something new. You know what? That keeps you young.
I'll tell him. Why? Greg says the best part is getting to a coffee shop on Fridays.
Yes.
I know that he's just gonna, he really is very adamant about having that said.
So what is that? What is Greg's favorite part?
Going to coffee shop every Friday.
Well, you know what? We work really hard during the week. And so having that thing on Friday, whether it's the coffee shop or the trip out, we look forward to it, don't we? So again, here's the 9 Muses contact information.
I have something to say.
Absolutely.
We do with crayons too, color crayons, markers, and all that other art things too.
Okay, so it sounds, I've heard people say they work with crayons and markers and pencil. We have people who work with yarn and sand and oil paint and acrylic. You guys are doing a whole lot of neat stuff.
Trying to do a lot of mixed media.
Yeah, we try to expose them to as much different mediums as possible.
Okay, and so medium, help all of us non-artist people understand. When you say medium, what does that mean?
It's when
Anybody remember the vocabularies?
It means the color, the different quality materials.
Oh, okay. So the medium is the different materials you work with.
Yes.
All right. See, I'm learning already.
I got a question to ask, man.
Oh, sure. You have a question?
Yeah, if somebody asks you,
Does it have to do with art, honey?
no, not.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, today's webinar was really all about the 9 Muses. And here's a comment for all of you there at 9 Muses. And this comes from Self-Advocates of Lake County in Zion, Illinois. Thank you for sharing your artwork with us. It was great to learn about the 9 Muses and all that you do. So I'm also sharing on the screen the Alliance contact information. Whether you want to get in touch with Megan Norland, Tara Wicke, myself, Christine Beck, or Leanne Roth, you have our email information. We do have a website, selfadvocacyalliance.org, and you can find us and like us on, on Facebook. So I don't think there's any other questions or comments or contributions. So thank you all so much for participating. I learned a little bit more about the 9 Muses, and I know that everybody else who participated did as well. So
Thank you for listening.
Oh, thank you so much. On behalf of the 9 Muses and all the self-advocates in the Alliance, and really self-advocates around Illinois and the whole wide world, thank you for speaking up and speaking out and sharing your self-advocacy through artwork. Just as a reminder, our next webinar will be on Tuesday, March 23rd, and it will be Social Capital and Growing Your Network, featuring a fantastic self-advocate. Her name is Martha, and she's from CTF. Oh, not CTF, my bad. She's from Mark First in Bloomington Normal, Illinois. So thank you all so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Well, thank you.